SomSquared. Hashtag SomSquared.
SomSquared. Hashtag SomSquared.
No.
What is it?
Hashtag.
Oh, it's supposed to be like that?
Yeah.
Subscribe. Subscribe, yeah.
Like.
Share. Comment.
Got it.
Watch.
No.
I messed up the Hey guys.
What? My energy is up.
Alright, what's up, yo? Listen, we're out here in Miami, having a little holiday, a little
holiday,
a little vacation.
A celebration.
It is a celebration. We're celebrating her best friend's birthday, and it's been a marvelous time here. It's been a great time. Also, it's been a journey for us. It's also been a lot of growth. So now the video we're going to be making today, guys, we're just going to be talking about how we met on the fateful night of December 22nd.
Fateful night.
2018. You feel me? I met this beautiful...
It was 2018? Wow.
Yeah, it's 2018.
Yeah, okay.
When did you think it was?
I don't know why I wanted to think 19.
Yeah,
but it was
we're currently 19.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, so we're going to be going into that. Now, you want me to go first or you want to go first?
You can go first, and then I'll fill in the blanks.
Alright, so how we met. December 22nd. Alright, so what was I know prior to that, I didn't want to come to the event. So I think it's NAYA, the Nigerian Adult Youth Association, December 22nd. I didn't really want to. I wasn't really in the mood to go out. I was actually supposed to travel to California, but plans got canceled. So December 22nd, I also didn't want to drive there because I was getting tired of driving too far. I was in Philadelphia, and my house is like a good 40. New Brunswick's like we're like 1 hour away from there, so I'm like I don't want to do that. So one of my friends was like, okay, he's going, and my best friend also was like, he's going to be performing. So I was like, okay, everything is just lining up for me to go. I might as well just go. So that night comes around, and then I'm getting, I got my tux. Is it my tux or my what's it
You
called?
wore a blazer.
Oh, a blazer. Okay, so a blazer.
The tux. You just want to be fancy for no reason.
No,
a whole tux.
It was a tux. It was a blazer. I messed it up. But yeah, so I got my stuff ready. I was trying to look fly, and I wasn't really though looking to go there and find anything. But anyway, so my friend was on the way, and then he told me he was going to be coming with people. And so I was like, all right, cool. It was two ladies, and I was like, all right. I wasn't really expecting like, wow, I'm going to be blown away. But anyway, so he pulls up. It's like, it's like 8 o'clock, right, or 9 o'clock.
Yeah,
I know I made
late.
you guys late. I know I made you guys.
Yeah, you did. You did make us late because he wasn't even ready when we got there. But
louder, they can't hear. So anyway, so you guys pulled up. I came out to the car. I greeted him, and then I saw you in the back seat. I saw you and Chisa on the back seat, and I looked at you. I'm like, do you look familiar? You remember I told you look like someone I know?
Yeah.
So I think that was the first thing. When I looked at you, I was like, do you look like someone I know? But anyway, so we go inside, and then there's they're having like this Nigerian parents meeting, and she looked so like conscious about it.
So
like,
okay, this is where I'm gonna fill in, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go back to my gist of the day. So you stop there,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna do my gist of the day,
Okay,
and
go
then
ahead.
we're gonna fill in right there.
Mm.
But so my friend, I think it was like 2 weeks prior, Uchenna, he was like, oh, that they're having that party again, and we went there maybe like 2 or 3 years ago. Oh, do we want to go again? And I said, yeah, no problem. And usually, I'm not really a party person, so usually I'd be like, Philadelphia, no. But when we went there that time, I did have a lot of fun, so I was like, okay, you know what? I have to live a little bit. I'm still young. I have money. I can't spend for this
you have
ticket.
money.
Now, I didn't have money like that, but we get in there.
Yeah,
and then, so I bought the ticket with no questions, nothing, and like, I just bought it the minute he asked, right? So I was like, okay. So then after I bought the ticket, it was a whole holla about how we gonna get there now. Cause now we're trying to say, oh, his car, he don't got no car, and then LaSalle saying, oh, I'm sick. I'm like, Chisom, I'm going to this party. I don't know why. I was like, I think God did it on purpose in terms of if I didn't spend that $17, I probably would have not gone. I'd be like, all right, whatever. I don't have to go. It's all the way in Philadelphia. But because I spent that money, I was like, no, I'm gonna go. I didn't spend this money for them to collect my money for free. Like, I'm not sponsoring nobody. So I told Chisom, and Chisom was like, yeah, we have to go because she told her friend and everything, so we gotta work it out. So that whole day, before we met, we was just scrambling for people for ride. I was trying to hit up Chisom and everything, and then he was like, okay, he's gonna help us. So he connected us with G, but me and Chisom call him Golden.
I know Golden. You all gassed him up, Golden. But it's okay.
Golden.
You're enjoying it too much.
Don't be mad. It's okay. It's alright. It's okay. But yeah, but it's just
a nickname like that. I don't know why.
It's because of the car ride. We had some good conversations. It was
I'm
just
still
like,
waiting for my nickname like that.
your nickname is Baby. It's not good enough for you.
It's good, but Golden, like, that's what you mean.
Oh, got cash and dollars.
Pounds and dollars.
Oh, pounds and dollars. There you go.
Alright, okay.
But yeah. So we was riding with Golden and everything, because Chisom said we had to get to New Brunswick, and then our ride would be there. So the whole time I was like, Chisom, I hope this guy is not boring, he's not dry, or he's not mean. But then we met Golden, he was like real cool, and then his car was pumping. So I said, just we did something. Yeah. Anyhow, so then we're driving, the conversation is flowing and everything, we're enjoying ourselves, and then he's like, oh, he has to pick up his boy and whatnot, do we mind? We said, no, we don't mind, go pick up your boy. So then this is when we get to where Sonto was, and he calls Sonto and everything and tells him to come outside. This man comes outside and not prepared at all.
I took a shower. I took a shower. I finished my shower.
Well, you wasn't dressed.
I like to look fresh.
You wasn't dressed. No. We like to look fresh too. But we were prepared.
But you see, you fell in love with me that night, so.
Okay, this is where we gotta fill in the blanks.
It's a joke. It's a joke. Well, anyway, all right. So I'm gonna jump back in. So anyway, so we're getting.
No, I didn't get there yet.
Oh,
so,
okay.
So then he's like, oh, we have to come inside and everything. And I'm like, come inside? Because I had this, like, big hair. I had this big fur coat on. And I was just like, come inside where? And then he's like, oh, yeah. And they're having, like, a towns meeting and stuff like that. So all the uncles and aunties are just there. I'm just like, Chisom, I don't want nobody to come and look at me like, I just come and collect in line. I don't want that. So then we walked inside, and legit, there was a whole bunch of aunties and uncles. And we just went in the kitchen awkwardly as this man went upstairs to go and put his clothes on.
Put my blazer on.
You didn't have none of the clothes on.
Yeah, but I went to go put my blazer on.
But I'm saying you didn't have... You saying...
It's a saying, like, to my clothes on, but it wasn't just a clothes, a blazer. Like, I went to put a nice blazer on.
But
it's a Zara men's blazer.
But you didn't have none of the other clothes on.
Say with me, Zara?
Yeah, but you didn't have none
Zara.
of the... That's beautiful. But you didn't have none of the other clothes.
Don't my clothes like that.
You didn't have nothing else on.
Zara.
Okay, alright. Let him continue his side.
Anywho, so girl says get ready, come down looking fresh. Feel me? Anyway. I'm now looking fresh, and then we're going back. We're going to Philly. Get in the car, then we start having conversations. And see, this is how it is developed through our relationship. Like, each day, I get to know her more. Like, I really, really do love her more. And I don't know, I just felt like that was the first synopsis of it. When we were in the car. It's just, the more I got to have a conversation with you, because our conversation got deep. But it wasn't a thing of, when I had a conversation with you, I was like, I've never had a conversation with someone like this. Like, I was used to conversations like that. It's just something just kept making me feel like, okay, I want to see more of this. I want to go more. I want to go deeper. So anyway, so we're going there. We're having a discussion, and I think one of the most powerful ones we had was about marriage and when is the right time to meet your man. And I remember I was saying, I need to be making a stupid amount of money before I start considering anybody. And then she was on the other end saying she doesn't necessarily believe that. And then I don't know, just because she's very good at debating. So just because of her debate skills, I was like, all right, let me just walk it back a little bit. Especially maybe if I have a chance with her, who knows? I don't want to mess,
Yeah, because he started saying that whole...
I'm not done, thank you. Anyway, I was like, I don't want to mess my chances up. So anyway, so we get to the party.
Can I put what I want to put in?
I'm joking. Go ahead.
So he started doing that whole Igbo man thing. I want to make money. I want to have big business before I get married.
My arm was not like that. I never even tried to say I was too stocky, but my arm was not like that.
So I was like, okay, this includes this man, because I'm not trying to have no man that wants to have a trophy wife. And then that's just been a constant theme in terms of evil men, especially when they're young. They're like, oh, I want to have everything outlined before I get the wife.
Evil
and I was
man,
just
that's like generalizing though. Just say certain men.
Nope, evil men. So young evil men.
Guys, we forgive her. Because generalizing is no. We don't encourage generalizing.
I'm just showing that you guys are very career oriented and whatnot. You want to get your stuff together. You're very responsible.
You switched that up in a minute. You didn't sound like that 20 seconds ago.
That's what it means.
They'll be the judges.
Okay. They could be the judge.
Okay.
I wasn't bashing evil men. I love evil men. Okay. But what I'm saying is,
you love me.
Yes, I love you.
Alright, I'm joking.
This man, Jesus. Anyhow, yeah. But I was just saying, like, they're very responsible in terms of how they want to take care of their family. Mm-hmm. But I'm saying, for me, I just want to grow with you. Yeah. So it was just, when he started saying that typical evil man stuff, I was like, ooh, okay, he's gonna be best friend.
You can't see my eyes right now. That's why.
I can see your eyes.
You can?
Yes, I can.
Oh, okay. Or can I do it?
You go ahead.
Right. So anyway, so we get to the party, and we're getting out of the car, and I wanted to wait to walk with her, to walk in, but
you did not wait for me.
I
see. This is why I said I had to.
I said I wanted to wait.
Oh, okay, wanted to.
Wow.
There was a desire to. There was
no action behind it. Okay, she was taking her time to put on her heels. 1, 2. This is the truth. You can't deny it.
I was not taking my
close
time.
Your jaw, please. Then the second one is Golden was right next to you. So I didn't want to be like, oh, 2 guys are waiting right next to her. Mm-hmm. And she saw me there too. I'm like, okay, I'm not about to be doing that. So we each walk in with like one lady. So we walked in. Anyway, so I don't remember how it first started, but I know when we walked in, I was like, okay, I'm kind of liking this vibe, especially when I sat next to you. Cause I was
didn't sit next to me.
Yeah, we said it was me, you, Golden. Remember, we sat on one table, then we transferred to the other one.
Oh, okay. So when we moved to the next table,
I sat next to her, and I was like, yeah, I kind of like this. She looked fine. I came in here with a fine woman.
Wow.
Anyway,
I wasn't even his yet.
It wasn't even mine, but I think I was speaking into existence.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, he was doing a lot of that night, and I was just oblivious. But continue.
Yeah. Anyway, so then we transferred to the other table, and. So I think now at this point you were sitting next to Golden, and so when you're sitting next to him, I was like, all right, it's looking kind of slow, because I'm not conversating with you, and you awfully giggly over there, like you laughing a lot. Like, I can't even.
Just an outgoing person, very bubbly.
Very bubbly. Anyway, so yeah, what happened after that? Okay, so I think the next important detail is I want to touch about going to the dance, because prior to the dance, like I don't think I had much interaction with you, especially when we got in. But
no, there was interaction. Like
not as much.
We was cool with each other in terms of like
it was a group conversation.
Yes, it was bonding. It wasn't like he was stunting and he had to do like his what was it?
Oh, the
best dress
outfit.
Yeah,
I won, which I won.
Yeah,
right.
You did win.
Yeah,
we was cheering him on and everything.
Yeah. I was hoping. Did that impress you? Did that impress you? Did my style?
I was still looking at you as a friend after you did the whole evil man.
I didn't ask about that. I said, did my style impress you?
Did your style impress me?
Blood of Jesus.
The blazer was nice, but I felt like you could have did more. You could have did better. And he was so pumped about that blazer. But it was a good blazer. It's still a good blazer.
The next important detail I believe that I want to touch on is the dance. So we're all dancing as a group, having fun, going into our Igbo dance, Igbo traditional dance. But then all of a sudden, the dance floor, I don't know, just kind of, it's like everybody just kind of cleared a little bit or started finding their own thing to do. And then at some point it was just me and you. And she admitted this, but prior to this, before we got here.
Admitted this. What did I admit?
Before we got here.
What did I admit?
I was trying to make sure I wasn't dancing with too many women there and then dance with her, because I felt like that would make her feel unique. So I was like, all right, let me chill with that. But then it was a point where I was literally sitting and she was standing. And I was like, okay, this is my chance to dance one-on-one with you, right? And it wasn't a thing where I was looking forward to it all night, but I was like, if it happens, I wouldn't really mind. You know what I'm trying to say?
I want to intrude. Okay. Sorry. Because I missed something in the beginning. Yeah. So when Chenna presented us that we should like buy the tickets and stuff like that, he was like, oh, like y'all gonna holler at some, guys there. Y'all gonna catch y'all men there. And I said, yeah, no problem. I'm gonna catch my man. He's like, oh, you gonna shoot your shot? I said, nah, that's not how I go. If my man is there, he gonna shoot his shot at me, and that's how it's gonna go down. But you can go ahead.
Wow. Anyway, so she was standing there, and I was looking at him like, okay, you know what? If I don't dance with her right now, I'm gonna look like a punk. Because I had this thing when I was younger of being really shy. I don't think you sensed it that night. But
I thought he walking up and down with his blazer.
I don't walk like that. Anyway, so yeah, you were standing there. I was like, I don't want to be no punk. So I was looking at you. I'm like, okay, I gotta get up and I gotta start dancing. So anyway, I get up. I'm like, let's do this. And then she didn't reject me, so I was like, cool. That's step one. So then we start slow dancing, and her rhythm wasn't really keeping up. So I was like,
let's not do that.
It's not your time to interject. Hold up. It's not your time to interject. I was like, your rhythm not really keeping up. So I was like, okay, follow my lead. And as soon as she started following my lead, you would think I was I was like, I'm actually a great slow dancer. You even know that. So anyway, she was just enjoying it, head leaning on my shoulder.
Wow. This is what we doing. This is what we doing.
I'm gassing a little.
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm gassing a little.
A little bit.
But you enjoyed the dance, though.
Yeah, it was like friend type things.
Stop saying.
It was friend type things. I'm sorry. It was
She wants to friendzone me so bad.
No, I didn't want to.
Even though, like if you saw the way we were interacting that night, you would have thought there was something. But I'm gonna leave it at that.
It was friend type things. Okay, so let me interject in that point, right? So this is how he did it. They put on the slow music, right? Yeah. And I was standing, he was sitting, and so was Golden. He was sitting down, right? And then I was fanning myself, like I remember it. I was fanning myself, and I was like, in my head, I was like, oh, okay, finally, I can relax, I can chill, because I'm hot, right? So then he's like, I don't know, he said something, and at first, I didn't catch what he said. So I had to come closer to you and be like, what did you say? And then he was like, oh, do you want to dance? And I said, okay. Right?
Whoa.
No. I said, oh, okay. I didn't say it like, oh my God, yeah. I did not say it like that.
I know, but the way you said it kind of sounds like you were working into the like, oh, okay, I'll just dance with you.
No, it wasn't like that. Yeah, but it was just like, okay, yeah. In my head, also, when he asked me to slow dance, I remember I was getting friend type vibes, right? So then when he asked me to slow dance, it was like, I was getting confused. You sent in two different vibes now. Like, are we friend type vibes or you feeling me? But I'm not that type of girl because of past experience where I will automatically think that a guy likes me. So I'll be like, okay, all right. So I said, okay, we'll dance. So then as we're dancing and everything, I'm nervous. Not because I'm nervous around you. It's just I'm nervous in terms of, I'm like, this man better not disrespect himself. In terms of bringing his hands anywhere they not supposed to go.
Richard didn't. Not even close.
Exactly. But that's what I was nervous about. So at the time my body was tense like this, he's like, relax. I'm like, I am relaxed. And the more he keeps saying relax, the more tense my body keeps getting.
So how did it get on tense?
It got intense because we started conversating. And he was like, oh, did you ever slow dance before? And I said no. And then da-da-da-da.
It's just smooth talking. Yeah.
So because we were conversating, I got more relaxed and whatnot. And then he's a really good leader. So I was like, okay, all right, I just follow this man's lead.
I appreciate that.
I will follow his lead. And we slow danced.
Something to touch on, like, I never knew I had the ability to be so smooth till I met this woman. Like, certain things I say these days, I'm like, I was never like this.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate you. Like,
you appreciate me?
Yeah, you got up my game. I'm not even going to front it. You got up my game.
You're welcome.
Anyway, so I think we're getting to the end of it.
Yeah.
But I think another significant thing that happened was after that, she really took interest in basically who I was and what I do. And she knew I was a personal trainer. I think I told you that. And then I think, did I decide that we should go outside or? Yeah, because it was too noisy. So we went outside and we were talking and she was really into it. Like, she was talking responsive, and I was telling her about my job interview, and she was already really encouraging. And so I was like, you know, I'm really feeling it. Like, okay, let's see where this goes. And then so we get to the car, we're leaving.
No, he booked the appointment for us to be in the back seat.
What up? I'm gonna get into that.
Oh, okay.
So we're going
sliding past that. Oh, so we get in the car like we just happen to be by each other.
So we're going to the car, and it's her and her Frenchie. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm really interested in this lady. So I started saying, okay, you know what? Sit in the back seat with me. And I was telling my friend Golden, I was like, let her sit in the back seat with me. So we get in there, and then I get in the car. But then now they're debating who's going to sit in the front.
It wasn't a debate.
I don't know. It was too long. And you know that moment where you're sitting there and you're anticipating something. It felt like 5 years.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know who's gonna sit here, but I really hope it's gonna be you.
Yeah.
So anyway, so she sat in the back, you know, because God favored me that night. You know, you're divine favor. You're favor into my life.
Amen. But that's not how it happened. It wasn't a whole, but he just likes to movie size things. Like, it was not a debate. I forgot that he booked an appointment for me to sit in the back, right?
That's not a movie booking appointment. I'm just confused.
I forgot that he booked an appointment for me to sit in the back, right? So when we got to the car, I sat in the front when we were coming, right? So no, I sat in the front.
You sat in the front. Me and Golden sat in the front when we were coming.
But when we were coming to your house,
yeah,
I sat in the front.
Oh, okay.
So
my friend's house, by the way.
Oh yeah, your friend's house.
Yeah.
I sat in the front. So then I was getting confused because I just originally, and everybody that I ride in the car with, I always sit in the front. Yeah. So my first initial instinct is to go to the front. So then when I get to the front, Golden's like, oh no, you are requested in the back. And I said, huh? So then that's when I remembered.
I love my friends. Yeah, I love my friends. They know what it is.
So then that's when I remembered. I said, oh, okay. And then I looked at him. He was already in the back. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. We did say I was going to sit in the back. So then that's when I went to the back. But it wasn't like, I was like, no, why am I sitting in the back? That's how I picture when you say debate.
I don't know. It's just taking too long for me.
Oh, okay.
So we got in the back seat. And I think we were driving. Was it that night you told me when I asked you what's so special about you? You were like, you texted me that. Well, it's something she told me. I asked her something like, why do you think I like you so much? Because there was something you said. It was kind of cocky. You were like, you kind of sounded like I was already into you. That was after that night. And I was like, what makes you think I'm into you? I'll be more into you. And you're like, because you're a beautiful flower. And the more I continue to unravel you, the more I would see how beautiful and how useful it is to the garden. So poetic.
Poetic.
Yeah, you didn't learn that from me, but you picked up from me that night. I think God seasoned a little bit of me on you.
But it wasn't that night that I said that.
I mean, when you sent text message.
Oh, but anyway, it was nowhere close to that.
It was like 2 weeks later.
It was?
Yeah, it was very early. Remember I sent you a screenshot of that on Valentine's Day or something?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, before I asked you out somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, why I say that is because that night when we were driving back, like as I said, like our conversation, it wasn't like I've never had this kind of conversation with people, but something that night was just like, I just want to keep going. And just, because sometimes I could be talking with people, I don't care if it's a deep conversation, I'd be like, okay, it's time to clock out. I'm tired. Like, you need to go home. I was really into it. And it was just, once we got to the next topic, I was like, let's just keep it going. Then we got back, I was like, okay, let me just get your number. How did I say it? Do you remember?
So we were in the car.
Oh, I think I said, I brought my phone. I was like, put your number in here.
Yeah. Before you left and whatnot.
So assertive. Gosh.
Yeah, he's very assertive. But it's okay. I like assertive men. But there was something that because I felt like the whole night he was analyzing me and I did not know. And I was doing things and I was just being myself. And he was like, yeah, she got to like me. Like, I brought them water, right? I brought him water. And he was like, yes. That she got to be feeling me. And then we was in the back of the car and I was talking to him and he had like a really like blinged out pinky ring. And I was like, oh, it was like catching my eye. I was like, oh, what is that? And
wait, show them the exact way you pulled my hand. Go ahead. Because my hand was on his own. It was on my left hand, by the way.
It was on your left?
Yeah, so you had to cross my body.
So it was blinging and blinging. I was like, oh, what is that?
Hold on. If someone does that, you wouldn't, after a whole night of interaction and dancing, First night, and then they just pull your hand, but soft, such unsoft, gentle touch.
It wasn't.
And they're like this. Oh, what is that made of? Is that real gold?
I didn't say that.
You wouldn't think they're into you? That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna leave it at that. Whatever. But anyway, I think I picked up good signals. I think I picked up reasonable signals. I just think for you, it was just you still believe you're being friendly. Yeah. Even though I think it was a little bit of God taking over and you just didn't understand that you have found your man. Yeah. Yeah. You like that, don't you?
Anyhow, so yeah, he took my number. So then now me and Chisum are going back to our house and everything, and we live another 45 minutes where we dropped him off. And then he's texting me and everything, and I'm thinking, it's real casual. I'm talking to Chisum as we going and everything. And then, homie, I'm like, oh, good night. You should go to sleep and everything. He's like, oh, no, I'm not going to go to sleep until you get to your house.
Gentleman 101.
I literally looked at the message and I turned to Chisum. I said, whoa, I think we have a situation here. Because maybe he's feeling me then more than I thought that we was feeling each other. I thought we was just on friends sitting. Like, I thought he was just being my friend. But I still was just like, all right, maybe, he's just really nice and really cool. Because that's the vibe I got from him. After we had, like, the conversation in the back of the car, I was like, yeah, I think this man would really be in my life. But in terms of, he would just be really, like, my best friend. But I didn't really think of it in a romantic way yet and whatnot. But
busted out of friend zone.
Yeah, he was not having that friend zone.
Not at all.
He wasn't having that friend zone. So that same day night. Yeah, day night. Yeah. And what? No, it's not day, because you got my number the 23rd.
22nd. 23rd morning, 23rd. Yes, I met you 22nd, but I got on 23rd.
Yes. So that same day, it was like Sunday, and I was still going to go to church, even though we got back home like maybe like 3 o'clock in the morning and stuff like that. So we were still texting and stuff like that. And I was just like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if this guy likes me more than a friend or he just playing with my emotions right now. And I ain't got time for that.
Yeah, me neither. I don't have time for that.
I don't have time for that. But there was something that he said. Was it that day? I think it was that day.
What did I say?
Was it that day? Or was it... It was that day.
Yeah.
No, because it was on Christmas.
Asking you out?
No, it was on Christmas.
That's a topic for another time, man. Because
we're... Yeah, but was it on that day?
I'm not sure. Say it.
So, okay. So, I was getting ready for church and everything. And then we were discussing about... like what we would want in a marriage.
It was that Sunday.
It was that yeah. So we were discussing what we would want, our ideal of it and everything. And then I was like, because he was talking about like he wanted to get married in Italy and stuff like that. And I was like, whoa, your bride is gonna be very lucky. She's gonna be very happy with all these plans that you have for her. So then I told him that, and then he was like, well, let's not jump ahead of God now. Like, how did you phrase it?
I was like, I don't know. I think I basically said, let's just not discount it. You never know what God has planned.
Yes. And I was like, oh no, Cynthia, this man is feeling you.
Yeah, he's feeling you.
What are we gonna do now?
He's sweating you. He really is.
Yeah. So then, well, we're not gonna go into deeper. We're gonna have another video for that. But in that moment, that's when I realized. I was like, okay, there's something here.
Yeah, I think basically she summed it up. But after that, now we started texting. I love the way she texted back, and I love the deep conversations we had. You weren't just... I started to see the wisdom flow out of you the more we texted. And
wow.
Yeah, I started to see the wisdom and your spirituality. Not just your like the religious part of it, but the relationship you have with God. And I think for me, that's what started to pull me closer into this day. I think that's the biggest thing I've always harped on, like why I trust you. Well, I trust God, and He gave my heart to you, which is what we always say. But that's why I'm so confident in what we have, and it's just because of your submission to God. So I'd say that's what I really love, and I'm happy that night. I'm happy I made it to that party.
I'm happy I made it to that party too. I'm very happy.
I'm happy I gave you my phone to put your number
in. Yeah, because I don't know how we would have stayed in contact.
The phone number. No, I'm not gonna tell him. Yeah, I was gonna recite it, but I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that.
recite my phone number?
Yeah, just to show off that I know it.
You was gonna give my phone number to the public?
I'm probably gonna edit that part out. Not my best time. I was trying to show off, but it didn't come out good. Well, anyway, guys, that's the story of how we met. Feel free to comment, respond, let us know what you think. Share your own stories with us. We love you. Thank you for tuning in, and remain blessed.
Hey.
Peace.